Most 3D artists are learning skills today that might become less valuable in just a few years. That sounds dramatic, but the 3D industry changes very fast. New tools appear, workflows evolve, and the way studios create visuals keeps shifting. So the real question is not just, how do I learn 3D? The real question is, which 3D skills will still matter in 2030? Because the artists who focus on the right skills now will have a massive advantage later. And interestingly, some of the most valuable skills in the future aren't the ones beginners usually focus on today. In this video, we're going to break down several skills that will likely become even more valuable by 2030. Not just technical abilities in side tools, but deeper skills that make artists adaptable and hard to replace. And the last skill on this list might be the most important one of all, because the future of 3D isn't just about learning software like Blender. It's about understanding how visuals solve problems in different industries. Let's start with the first skill. Skill number 1, visual problem solving. One of the most valuable skills for future 3D artists is the ability to solve visual problems. In the real world, projects don't start with tutorials. A client might say, "We want a product animation that feels premium." Or a game studio might say, "We need a character animation that feels responsive." The artist must figure out how to achieve that result visually. That involves experimenting with lighting, composition, motion, storytelling. Artists who can think through these problems will remain valuable, even as tools evolve. Visual problem solving simply means using visuals to achieve a specific goal. In real projects, people don't just say, "Make something cool." They usually have a problem that needs a visual solution. And the 3D artist's job is to figure out how to communicate that visually. Imagine a company wants to advertise a new phone. The client might say, "We want a phone to look premium and futuristic." That's the problem. Now the 3D artist has to decide, should the lighting be soft or dramatic? Should the background be dark or bright? Should the camera move slowly or quickly? Should the materials look glossy or matte? All those decisions help create the feeling of a premium product. So the artist is not just clicking buttons. They're solving the visual problem. Imagine a company wants to advertise a new phone. The client might say, "We want a phone to look premium and futuristic." That's the problem. Now the 3D artist has to decide, should the lighting be soft or dramatic? Should the background be dark or bright? Should the camera move slowly or quickly? Should the materials look glossy or matte? All those decisions help create the feeling of a premium product. So the artist is not just clicking buttons. They're solving the visual problem. Anyone can learn tools inside software like Blender. But tools alone don't answer questions like, what lighting looks cinematic? What composition makes a product look expensive? What movement makes a character believable? Those answers require thinking and creative decisions. That's why two artists can know the same software, but one produces much stronger work, because they understand how to solve visual problems. In a simple way, visual problem solving means using your 3D skills to communicate something specific. A client might want a product to look luxurious, a character to feel powerful, or a scene to feel cinematic. Your job as a 3D artist is to figure out what visual choices will create that feeling. A 3D artist is not just someone who uses software. A 3D artist is someone who uses visuals to solve communication problems. Skill number 2, understanding real-time workflows. The future of 3D is increasingly connected to real-time technology. Instead of rendering scenes for hours, many projects now happen in real-time engines. For example, game development, virtual production, and interactive experiences often rely on engines like Unreal Engine 5. That means artists need to understand things like optimization, asset pipelines, real-time lighting, performance limitations. Those skills are becoming more important as real-time graphics become more common. Traditionally, 3D artists create images and animations and then render them. Rendering means the computer spends time calculating the final image. Lighting, shadows, reflections, textures, everything. Sometimes this could take minutes or even hours for a single frame. But modern technology is changing that. Many industries now use real-time graphics, where the scene appears instantly without long rendering times. This is where tools like Unreal Engine 5 come in. Real-time engines can display complex 3D scenes immediately. That means artists can move the camera, change lighting, and see the results right away. Imagine you are creating a 3D car commercial. Old workflow. You render every frame. If the animation is 10 seconds long, that could be 240 frames. Each frame might take several minutes to render, so the entire render could take hours or even days. Now imagine you build the same scene inside a real-time engine. The lighting and environment are calculated instantly. You press play, and the animation runs in real time. No long render waiting. Real-time workflows are now used in many industries. Games obviously need real-time graphics. Engines like Unity and Unreal display everything instantly while the player moves. Some movies now use real-time environments. Actors perform in front of LED walls powered by real-time engines. Shows like The Mandalorian use this technology to create digital environments during filming. Architects can walk clients through buildings before they are built. Instead of showing still renders, they show interactive environments. Why this skill matters for 3D artists. Understanding real-time workflows means knowing things like how to optimize models, how to reduce polygon counts, how textures affect performance, how lighting works in real-time engines. These things matter because real-time graphics must run smoothly and efficiently. If a scene is too heavy, the system slows down. So artists must balance visual quality and performance. In the past, many 3D projects required long render times. But today, many industries are moving toward real-time graphics where scenes appear instantly. Tools like Unreal Engine allow artists to build environments, animations, and experiences that run live without long rendering. Understanding these workflows is becoming a valuable skill for the future. In one sentence, real-time workflows mean creating 3D scenes that can run instantly instead of needing long rendering times. But here's where things start to get really interesting, because the next skill has nothing to do with software at all, and yet it might be one of the most valuable abilities for artists in the future. Skill number 3, artistic taste. As tools become more powerful, technical tasks often become easier. But one thing remains difficult to automate: good taste. Taste is the ability to recognize what looks good and what doesn't. It's understanding, strong composition, appealing color choices, cinematic lighting, believable movement. Two artists might use the same tools, but the one with better taste will almost always produce stronger work. And taste improves through observation and practice, not just tutorials. Artistic taste simply means knowing what looks good and what doesn't. Two artists can use the same software like Blender, but their results can look completely different. One image looks cinematic and professional. The other looks flat or amateur. The difference is often artistic taste. Imagine two artists rendering a 3D product. Both of them use the same model, use the same software, use the same rendering engine, but their results are different. Artist A, random lighting, messy composition, dull colors. The image looks average. Artist B, strong dramatic lighting, clean composition, balanced colors. The image suddenly looks like a professional advertisement. Both artists know the software, but one artist has better taste. Think about photography. Two people can use the same camera, but one photo looks amazing and the other looks boring. Why? Because the photographer understands framing, lighting, mood, storytelling. 3D art works exactly the same way. Why this skill is hard to teach. Tutorials usually teach things like how to model, how to animate, how to use tools, but tutorials rarely teach what looks visually appealing, what feels cinematic, what makes an image emotionally powerful. Those things develop over time by studying good artwork, observing movies, analyzing lighting and composition, practicing your own projects. Why artistic taste matters more in the future. As tools become more powerful, technical tasks become easier. AI tools can already generate models, create textures, assist with animation, but AI still struggles with creative judgment. It doesn't truly understand questions like, does this shot feel dramatic? Does this lighting create the right mood? Does this composition guide the viewer's eye? Artists with strong taste will always stand out. Artistic taste is the ability to recognize what looks visually strong and what doesn't. Two artists might know the same software, but the one who understands lighting, composition, and visual storytelling will create much better work. Software skills help you create things, but taste is what makes people want to look at them. Skill number 4, adaptability. By 2030, the tools used today may look very different. New workflows will appear. New technologies will emerge. Artists who succeed long-term are usually the ones who adapt quickly. They are comfortable learning new tools, experimenting with new workflows, and adjusting to changes in the industry. In other words, their strength isn't just what they know today. It's how quickly they can learn tomorrow's tools. Adaptability simply means the ability to quickly learn new tools, workflows, and technologies as the industry changes. The 3D industry changes very fast. New software appears. New workflows become popular. New technologies change how artists work. So the artists who succeed long-term are not always the ones who know one tool perfectly. They're the ones who can adapt when things change. Imagine someone who only learned one software deeply. Let's say they only focus on Maya. For many years, that worked well. But suddenly the studio switches to a new pipeline involving tools like Blender or real-time engines like Unreal Engine 5. Now the artist who refuses to learn new tools may struggle. But the adaptable artist simply says, okay, I'll learn this new workflow. Within a few weeks or months, they adjust and continue working. Years ago, many artists only focused on offline rendering. But today, more industries are moving toward real-time graphics. Game development, virtual production, and interactive media all rely on real-time engines. Artists who adapted to those changes suddenly became very valuable. Technology is evolving faster than ever. By the time we reach 2030, we may see new AI-assisted workflows, new real-time rendering systems, new creative tools. Artists who depend on one specific workflow might struggle. But artists who are adaptable can move with the industry. They don't panic when things change. They simply learn the new system and keep moving forward. Technology is evolving faster than ever. By the time we reach 2030, we may see new AI-assisted workflows, new real-time rendering systems, new creative tools. Artists who depend on one specific workflow might struggle. But artists who are adaptable can move with the industry. They don't panic when things change. They simply learn the new system and keep moving forward. Adaptability means being able to adjust when the industry changes. The tools we use today might look very different by 2030. Artists who succeed long-term are the ones who can learn new workflows, experiment with new technology, and evolve with the industry. Your career isn't tied to one tool. You can evolve as the industry evolves. In a fast-changing industry like 3D, your greatest skill isn't mastering one tool. It's staying flexible enough to learn the next one. But there's one final skill that quietly influences every successful artist, and it's often overlooked by beginners. Skill number 5, independent creation. Many beginners rely heavily on tutorials, but professional artists spend a lot of time creating original projects. They experiment, they explore ideas, they try things that may not work. That process builds creative confidence, and over time, it helps artists develop their own style and problem-solving abilities. So when people ask, what 3D skill should I learn for the future? The answer isn't just learning more buttons inside software. The future belongs to artists who combine technical understanding, creative thinking, adaptability, and strong artistic taste. Those qualities stay valuable even when tools change. And by 2030, those skills may matter more than ever. If you want to build future-proof skills as a 3D artist, make sure you subscribe. On this channel, we talk about how the 3D industry is evolving, which skills actually matter long-term, and how artists can grow faster in a changing creative world. And in the next video, we're going to talk about something that many beginners struggle with. Why some 3D artists improve quickly while others stay stuck for years. Trust me, The reason is not what most people think. I'll see you in the next one.